Alright, so the loader is basically ready to go. I'm just going to test everything here. I'm not going to start it because it's late. Alright, so we got headlights. And I think... Does the tail light work? I forgot. I think it was working at one point. Whatever. Anyway, and then we've got other lights. Yeah. And wouldn't you know it, we're killing the battery. We're going to shut everything off. So the loader's ready. Hydro maybe next year. 8XL. Well, I don't think this was... Yeah, I didn't make a video yesterday. Pulled the flywheel. And this was the wire. Focus. 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 Try it this way. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's bluer than the Statue of Liberty. But anyway, so I pulled the flywheel. Just a pain in the ass. Because of course my bolts weren't long enough. So I had to weld nuts on them and use other bolts. Yeah, there it is still on the other flywheel. This is the original flywheel. This is the flywheel off the parts motor. And I put the new wire on, and I put the flywheel back on, and I cranked it over by hand and confirmed that we had spark. So I put my repaired starter generator pulley on, and luckily I had a spare belt from the last time I owned it. And crossed the solenoid, and what do you know, that darn thing runs. So it's too late to start it, but I'll show you. The last thing really before this ignition system is all set is a kill switch and a starter button, but I'm going to get those tomorrow. So what we're doing here is we're jumping to the power tab, I guess you might refer to it as, and we're going to put battery power to it. And as you can see, it cranks over pretty good. A bit faster than it would have without the solenoid. That basically just kicks power right over to the starter generator directly from the battery instead of going through the switch. One thing I did run into was, this is my new ground wire, and I thought I grounded it pretty well, but apparently not. So I just stuck this one on there for now, but that's going to come off. This is also probably going to get a new battery. So basically tomorrow I'm going to get a head gasket for it and put a new head on it from the parts motor, because as you can see right there, that's broken, and one of the bolts for the flywheel tin. So anyway, like I was saying before my phone ran out of storage, I need to put the head from that engine on there, so I'm going to get a head gasket at work tomorrow, and then I'm going to put the tin back on it, hook the belt up, hook the fuel up, then I got to wire a kill switch, which is basically going to take this wire, which is the kill wire, to the coil and put it to a ground. And then after that, hope that I clean the carb well enough and try and adjust the governor some more. And that's it. And I'm going to put a 4-bolt 3-point on it instead of this 2-bolt. And then wire up this light, which I've been really procrastinating. And then I got to take the ags from the hydro and put them on the loader. And then get the trailer ready and the truck ready. So I'm hoping to have all the tractors ready by tomorrow night, and then I'm going to spend Thursday working on the truck and trailer. So that's where we're at. I'm going to be pretty amazed if everything actually does come together. So crossing our fingers. Alright, so it's tomorrow, and we're going to see if we can get this 8XL to run before I put all the tins and everything back on it. I don't have the throttle cable going to it, so it's just gonna sit here and idle, I hope. Yeah, so I've basically just gotten it ready for the video. I haven't done anything to it yet, so let's see what it does. Choke it. I might help. Let's give it a little gas. I have no idea if this carburetor's any good. I just half-ass cleaned it and put it on, so. A little less choke. Need to choke. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I determined that I'm going to have to clean that carb again with some compressed air, so in the meantime I pulled the head off because I got to put a new head on it anyway. And there's the head right now. Probably never been off before. And we're going to take this wire wheel on the drill and lightly clean it up. Alright, so there's my redneck decarboning. And now we're going to go pull the head off of the parts motor and slap her back on there. Here's the new head, and we're going to give this the same decarboning treatment as we did the block. Alright, so there's the head. Now we're going to pop the gasket in it and pop it back in the block. Slight change of plans, we're actually going to have to use the original head. As you can see, the bolt holes in this are sunken in, whereas they're flush on top of the other head. And the other thing too is that you can see this head is actually bigger in terms of cooling fins. The fins are a little bit thicker, but there is more surface area. But then the other thing too, most importantly, is that this is the tab that broke off, and the other half of it is right there. This head doesn't have any tabs, so I wouldn't be able to mount the blower shroud to it. You know, and I can't use the blower shroud that came with that motor because it's for gear drive, and this is obviously belt drive starter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clean this head and pop that one back on there. Alright, well, we got it running pretty good, just had to clean the carb. So now we're doing an oil change, and then just going to let it sit out there and run and clear the cobwebs out. And the other thing I got to do is figure out if the battery's charging or not. I don't think it is, which is kind of annoying, but anyway, so now we're just waiting for the oil to drain, and then I got probably put straight 30 in it, but I've got a quarter 530. I'll probably just use this, it'll make it start easier, but still be 30 weight when it's warm. Just waiting for oil to drain. This is going to be the last one till after work. This little plate I made to cover up the hole for the key switch, because I'm not going to be using a key switch. So it's going to sit like that. I'm going to pop a hole in it, put the push button starter in there. This wire, this toggle switch is going to be for the kill wire. This is going to be headlights, and I'm going to put another toggle here for taillights. So hopefully get back on it tonight after work. Alright, well, it's crunch time. Got home from work. Had this running earlier today. Got to put the tins back on it, hook the belt back up on it, hook up the throttle cable, finish the push button start, Oh man, I'm hoping this is going to be the last tractor video, and then tomorrow I can just take care of the truck real quick, and then we'll be good to go.